right, guys, welcome to Monday night. Guys, we have a very special guest tonight. Bob, why don't you introduce her?
Okay. Yes. So, oh, you guys look fantastic. Now I know why Scott gets all excited when he sees all of you. So Ready, Set, Sing guys didn't get the intro to Debra and her bio, and I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to sort of tell the story. And the Cortland guys got the bio and should have memorized it so they know everything. But what I want to say is what got me to want to get Debra to come here and help us was during the pandemic, I did all the videos. And I used to we did all the polecats and we did like 5 other songs. And I listened and I had to edit every single guy's video and audio. And there were 2 things that completely drove me crazy. I probably spent several thousand hours taking out breath sounds. Because guys would go, and if you have 40 guys doing that, it's like a freaking hurricane. So I would literally, think about it, every breath you take, I had to go in there with every single guy and like erase. I mean, it went on forever. And I kept thinking, there's something wrong. We got to do better than this. Anyway, and the other one is I couldn't get you guys to smile. I would like send you, smile when you sing, smile when you sing. So, and it was like, and so I would like try and figure out what guys would smile, and I'd put them in the middle of whatever. So I kept trying to figure out what the heck was going on, and I'm learning at the same time, and I stumble on Debra Lynn and her methodology for singing, which dates back to 17-something. 1800. And you don't look it.
Clarify, please.
She's coming from the past. And I bought the book and everything, and it was like, it totally changed my singing. In fact, a little secret I had was I would do our performances, and people would come up to me afterwards and go, I just love you're so happy and you smile all the time when you're singing. Meanwhile, I don't realize that I was doing what she's going to teach us, and had nothing to do about being happy or smiling. Anyway, so you don't have to be happy to have a smile. So Debra, show us the way.
All right, here we go. I was saying to the gentleman as I came in, this is the first time I've been in a room with this many men pre-pandemic. So be kind. So before we start, I need to ask a few questions of you to see who's in the room, all right, so that I can help you with something that I believe is truly profound about you, that you may not know right now, but before you walk out of here, I want to see if I can show you just how magical you are and how you are designed to stabilize the voice in a way that's kind of like, whoop. Okay, so how many of you all are like IT guys? Like you live in the world of IT, analytical. How many of you are engineers, that you work in the engineering world? How many of you all, any in the medical scientific world? Okay, how many of you are more on the creative side? Creative, okay, great. Writers, all right, how many of you all would say to you that I'm analytical, I need details? Bravo, and how many say I could care less about the details, show me how it works? Yeah, so it's about half and half, guys. All right, so I'm gonna do both. Now, how many of y'all been singing most of your life? In one form or another, like singing around the house, singing in the shower, singing in the car, singing. You're inspired to sing. Okay, bravo. So, how many of y'all have been barbershoppers for let's say over 10 years? Let's start high. Over 10, over 15, over 20, over 25, over 30, going 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, almost
Rookie.
Yeah, rookie. 63. Wow. So, and my dad was a barbershopper trained by the Suntones in the early 60s. He was a baritone. Where are the baritones? Yeah, he was right there with you guys. He was also a trumpet player. Okay, so he has the trumpet thing going on. And so reason I just did that is so that I can kind of get a handle of how your brains work, because the reality is every single brain in the room is different, and everyone processes information differently. So how many would say that I'm kind of kinesthetic? I can feel things. I can feel things in my body. I'm aware of what I'm feeling when I sing. Okay, bravo. How many of you are more visual? I need to see something in order to process it in my mind. Okay, bravo. And how many would say I'm auditory? Like, I love learning tracks. How many of y'all like Okay, all right, okay, so because learning tracks fundamentally, from my perspective, are not the easiest to navigate if you're not auditory. It's a lot to digest all at once. So I'm gonna ask you all to fundamentally be curious with me for the next few minutes, okay, while I take you in as fast as I can into this magic. And then we're gonna play with integrating some of it into your sound. And what I want you to use as your thermostat, if you will, is your own body, your own self. What are you noticing? What are you feeling? What are you aware of as you're singing? So exhale gently. Breathe in through your nose. Bravo. And fundamentally, how many of you all just felt that when you took that breath through the nose, the body pulled backwards? Exhale again. Now this time visually, I'll mirror it for those that are visual. Okay, so everybody else, take your hands gently, and I want you to pull towards self as you inhale through your nose. Breathing in. Bravo. And how many of you all can sense your body is in better posture in this very moment? Okay, bravo. So release it again. Now this time I'm going to have you do it, and at the height of that breath, and that I'm going to say stay still, don't move your muscles, and try to exhale. Exhale gently. Breathing in through the nose. Here we go, pull towards self. Bravo, hold still, don't move your muscles, and try to exhale. How many of you all notice there's a resistance in the body to exhalation? We do not naturally exhale. Anybody ever been in a conversation with someone and they've asked you a question? So I'm going to ask you all a question. You're just going to answer simultaneously. So how was your day today?
Wonderful.
Bravo. And how many of you all thought to yourself, I need to take a breath first before I breathe, before I speak? Zip. Zero. Zilch. Okay. Because you've known how to breathe since you were born. And fundamentally, you've been speaking for a long time too. Okay? What are some of the challenges that we experience in our singing? New guys, you participate too. This is all for, you know, how many of y'all are new? Like you're in the, what is it called?
Ready, set, sing.
Ready, set, sing. How many of y'all are awesome? Awesome! Oh my gosh, the world of Barbershop is like, oh yes! Thank you, God. Okay, so, and how many have ever experienced any vocal issues? Like, all right, so just throw some out at me. Like, okay, I'm singing and this happens. Go.
Run out of air.
I run out of air. Yep. My voice cracks. Isn't that fun? What else? Can't hit all the notes, right? I heard someone say I go flat. What else? Yeah, physical constriction in the throat. All right, so I bring you glad tidings of good joy. We could take it away from you right now. So now, do you all come on the risers?
Yeah.
Are they waiting to come on?
Yeah. Come closer, so she. Come in.
Please come in. So, okay, what else? There's others. What are other things that you notice when you're singing? Yes. Yeah, the yawning piece. So that inadvertently it gets triggered. Yep. Actual lightheadedness. Okay, again, I'm bringing you glad tidings. What is your name? David. Awesome. So, okay, anybody else?
Your body gets tired of standing.
Body gets tired of standing. Yeah, there's fundamentally we can get fatigued. Yes, just physically fatigued. Now, what I will say to Keith, who I love and adore and have been watching career-wise forever, we've never met. It seems impossible. I've been in Barbershop since 2010 in the BHS side. And so anyways, I'm very well aware of your work, Keith. So just know that they'll be put back together after you come back. So Bel Canto predates what we currently understand pedagogically, it's 1800 to 1840. And then Verdi and Puccini arrived on the scene in Italy and changed the game of singing. And in my opinion, had they never arrived, and Wagner after them, if those guys had never arrived, we'd still be singing Bel Canto and you'd be a lot happier. And here's why. So how many of y'all know how Pavarotti, Mario Lanza, and Caruso were trained to control their air? Okay?
No.
No, but it wasn't. But it is connected to the Bel Canto because fundamentally Bel Canto consciousness never left Italy. It's still in the training. But this might be a little like, whoa. Okay, so the teacher lit a candle. They put it 2 inches away from the mouth. And what would you suspect that they would say to the singer?
Don't blow out the candle.
So our first thought would be don't blow it out. Some might say blow it out. That's one other option. But what if I told you they said, do not bend, move, or flicker the flame? Exactly. Right? Okay. So you all were just singing the little cauliflower song. I like it. So the warm-up, Scott, can you come up and direct them? And I'm going to see if I can walk them through some fast realizations about themselves. So we're going to, obviously, I don't recommend candles because I have too much hair. But you can do it with your hand. So I'm going to say, just take one hand and put it 2 inches away from your mouth. And sing as you normally sing right now. Okay, I'll walk you through the changes. Just do what you normally do so you can get an awareness. Here we go.
Life, here we go.
Life is but a melancholy flower. Life is but a melancholy flower. Life is but a melancholy flower.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I love that was my favorite verse. So how many of y'all, don't leave because we're gonna do it again. So how many of you all noticed that you had a sensation of air on the hand, and then at times you also had, if plosives or fricatives, as you were articulating some of those consonants, made a thrust on the hand. Okay, great. Now, PitchPipe, what's your name?
Bill.
Bill, hi Bill. So do you have 2 C's, 2 F's, or 2 E's on that PitchPipe?
2 E's.
2 E's. All right, so could you do me a favor, and could you play the low E first? Okay, so now what I want you all to do is I want you to hear that note. You're not going to sing it. I just want you to hear it in your mind. I'll have you play it again. And I want you to just breathe in as if you're going to prepare to sing. Breathe in through the mouth. Here we go, listening to that note, and then hold. Bravo. And for those of you that are kinesthetic, you may notice that you feel a certain sensation inside the mouth. All right, now could you play the high one for me? Okay, same thing. So you're going to hear that note. Obviously, we're not going to make you sing it at that pitch, but I want you to breathe in for it. Here we go. And how many of y'all notice that it's higher, deeper, bigger on the second note?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Down the rabbit hole with me, okay? So, again, the brain is brilliant, all right? Your brain is brilliant. But I want to show you tonight what your brain is already doing for you, and that if you know that, you can get out of some of the micromanagement of self. Like, how many of y'all think you have to make every single note you sing? Okay, be honest. I have to make every one, right? And if I don't make it, who's gonna, right? So we have, and we are also used to larger breath mechanics here than I'm gonna show you. But we're just gonna see what happens when we try these and see what happens, see what you feel. So the first note, you created a space, the low E. The second note, you created another space. It was a deeper, bigger, higher space. The brain knows the exact specification of internal space required for every single note you sing. Could you play me 2 more random notes, one at a time? Let's play one. Breathe in for that note. Bravo. And now let's have one more. Breathe in for that one. And now can you play a weird one for me, Bill? Play a flat or a sharp something. I guess it'll be a sharp one on that key. Here we go. Now how many of you will notice that 5 different notes were played and 5 different spaces happened in your mouth. It shape shifted as you did it. Okay, so, all right, thanks for letting me take you down this rabbit hole. All right, vocal folds, here we go. And then we'll go into forward lift. So vocal folds, what's the primary physiological purpose of your vocal folds? Yeah, we think vibrate, make sound, speak, sing, okay? What if I tell you that is not the most important physiological purpose for their existence in your body?
You don't choke when you eat.
Or, best yet,
Keep water out of your lungs.
you keep water out of your lungs. Fundamentally, they are designed to protect the airway. So choking actually, the beauty about choking, if there is something beautiful about it, is that we always have 16% oxygen in the lungs, which means that's how we can do the Heimlich maneuver if you do choke, is there's always, right? So even when you feel like you are completely out of air, which you are never out of really in Bel Canto, which is really crazy, which is why you don't hear audible breaths in the phrasing, that your body's physical design structure, that gait, is designed to protect your airway. All right, I got like all these geeky things for you, and your brains will go home and go, what? And then I'll just say, go over here and look at that, and there's more fun to discover. So when you're singing, are your vocal folds open or closed?
No, they're closed. They're closed.
All right, that's what we got, with lots of ideas, right? Okay, so some of we
They've got to be
say,
vibrate.
Vibrate, yeah.
yeah, so here's what's really interesting about your vocal folds. They're always closed. Well, not necessarily, depends on how you're singing. But in terms of just function in the body, they're always closed. They're always protecting the airway. The only time they officially open is to inspire. Exhale. Just take a very gentle breath from me. You feel that open? And now you notice the air stopped moving. They had closed. So once the body is re-equalized, engineer geeks, any geeks in the house? Pressure, air pressure. Okay, this is an air pressure valve. Once the pressure below is equal to the pressure of the atmosphere here, so everybody take the atmosphere in front of you. Release your breath first, gently. I'm a big one for inaudible breath. Okay, here we go. Gently open up and pull that atmosphere towards you. Wow, a lot of room in there. But you don't feel anything in your throat. Release. Yeah, gently, gently, gently. So, what if I told you at that moment you were in complete and total control of your vocal folds? Like a teeter-totter. And if you didn't thrust again this way, you could sing anything you wanted. Okay, so we're gonna play a game. What's the keynote you're starting with on this cauliflower song that I like so much?
It's F.
Okay, bravo. All right, so here's what I'm gonna ask you. Is that the only F on your pitch pipe?
Yes.
Does anybody have 2 Fs on their pitch pipe? Do you? Could you play the high F for me? All right, bravo. So now I want you to hear this F, the high one, and everybody inhale for that note for me. Yeah, don't worry, I won't make you sing it. All right, now exhale again. You remember that alignment, all right? So you're gonna, when you take the breath to come in here, I'm gonna have you take your hands, pull them towards your body, and hold that larger space for me as you pulse behind you. Okay, here we go. I'll visually, for the visual guys, I'll reinforce this way. So come on up. Here we go. Blowing the F. Everybody open and prepared, gentle breath. Here we go. And
Life is but a melancholy flower. Life is but a melancholy flower. Life is
yeah, you feel how that body, that one body, life, and how many of y'all felt it? That body wanted to take in a big breath and push as hard as it could. Okay, good. So I'm going to challenge you. Okay, life, that's the note. Exhale, everybody, gently. Life, you're going to breathe in for that note and hold still. Breathe in for it. Hold still. Now sing it. Life. Yep, do it again. So just the life. We're going to do it 3 times. You're going to hear the note. You're You're gonna open up. I want you to hold still and then go, life. Okay, here we go. Ready? Hold still when you do it. Not too much air. And life. One more time. Life. We're wanting to go life and push it out. I want you to, this is called the internal stabilization exercise. You're gonna open, hold still, life, and it's gonna go straight up out of your head. Here we go, ready and open. No, don't rush me. Everybody stabilize before you move. I'm gonna challenge you. Hold your tummy still. Everybody hold their core. This will be fun. Here we go. Another usage for your tummies. Okay, hear that? Life, that's the note. We're gonna open for it gently. Hold still, and now articulate. Life. What'd y'all notice?
I mean, it's easy
it
as
just
hell.
went boom.
Boom, and it just, easy.
You just expanded sound. You rang at attack, you resonated, you all sang together. It was a unison note and nobody pushed. And it's gonna, I tell you what, minds will start to go, what? That's impossible. Okay, so, all right, let me walk you through it again. I'm gonna have you, I want you to hold your core still this time, okay? So I'll tell you why after. I don't wanna give you so much information your brains explode before I get to work with you. All right, so hold your tummy still. You're gonna play that high F again. Everybody exhale. Keep the tummy still. Now go ahead and open. A lot of room in there. Now here we go. Ready? Life is but, ready and.
Life is but a melancholy flower. Life is but a melancholy
Now smile,
flower.
don't push. Hold Life is, you feel it? Or life is, how many felt that? Everybody do it for me just for fun. Let's slide.
Life.
Okay, so fundamentally, for those of you that are hanging with me right now, what happened is the musculature was used to singing in this space because of the lower notes of this song. So when you had to go to the higher note, the body wasn't ready. The instrument internally was not in the right position for the note. And so what happens is those muscles are in motion. Life. And now you get a big old swoopy slide, and we think we're not able to be accurate. So now everybody just hear the note in your head for that high one. Okay, smile a little bit just for fun. We'll tell you why in a minute. Here, open. Hear that high note, and just articulate it quickly. Ready, and.
Life.
And faster on the L. Open, and.
Life.
One more time, and.
Life.
Bravo. How many of you are feeling something different happen in the body as you articulate that note than you have been feeling as you started to sing before?
I feel the abdominal support kicking in.
Yeah, well, and so here's the challenge. So I feel like this is pedagogically Western world. If we were in Italy and we were learning how to sing, they would never ask us to thrust. They would be asking us to learn how to hold back. What if you're a cello, not a bellow? What if you're designed to be an acoustic instrument with absolute effortless vocal production with no force at all? Okay, so let me just give you one last mental thing to see if I can get it in, and then I'll show you a little bit more about these folds. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. Pitch, please. Now, Scott and I are gonna direct together. So I'm gonna ask y'all, first of all, we're gonna go to like, I just am so happy to be here. It's gonna feel really fake. Okay, right, that's right. Okay, because this woman, what is she saying? She's saying singing could be easier? Okay, all right, so here we go. So we're facially engaged. All right, so now hold your core still. Take a gentle breath in. The audience is 20 feet behind you this time. Here we go. Pitch, please. Bravo, here we go.
Life is but a melancholy flower. Life is but a melancholy flower.
Now open first.
Life is but a melancholy flower. Life is but
from the chorus as a whole,
Yeah.
less effort was required for you to go over the top, to sing the notes. You weren't pushing anything out. You were just producing the sound.
Yes. Okay, so I've just given you a taste of what Bel Canto is known for. Inhalare la voce, to inhale the voice, has nothing to do with inhalation. Which is why it's so darn confusing. And if you go like Google inhalare la voce, you'll see, well, it's circular breathing. You're gonna breathe in and you're gonna sing on the breath as it goes. I'm like, no, that's not what's happening. So I got really lucky. And now I'm on a mission, I say mission from God, okay? That my body, I was with a Bel Canto master teacher for 4 years because I wanted to be a pro. And these mechanics were what happened to me, even though I didn't know what was gonna happen to me. And suddenly I was a pro, and then people asked me to teach them what I was doing, and I'm like, I don't know if I can teach you or not. And so with that, I've spent the last 25 years figuring out how to teach people about this stability that requires absolutely no effort other than you become a stable, structural instrument designed to amplify, expand, activate sound with no force. So man, I could change your lives tonight if I can help you understand even just a tiny bit of how to pierce this veil. I can change your lives, all right? It changed mine.
How does volume work in with this?
So, fundamentally, there is no volume. However, we activate volume because you're designed. Okay, so can I walk you a little farther down the rabbit hole and
Please
then
do.
have you answer that question? All right, so this is what we're used to. We're used to air goes in, air goes up, sound goes out. Right? That's basically it, in some measure or another. Okay, first thing that goes away in Bel Canto, there is no out. Second thing that goes away in Bel Canto, there is no up. Now what? do I have any physicists in the room?
The whole thing is just vibrating.
Right.
It's just a gigantic
Resonator.
resonator.
We have to open our resonators. Okay, so, all right, Bob, you get to be right tonight. I'm just gonna say that for all of you. Okay, so here we go. Barbershop mustache. Women don't want them, but they have to use them too. All right, so you got your fingers right under your nose. Feel the indentation between your gum line and your cheekbones. I'll show you how I was trained to do this. Can you feel that? Like it's like a little indentation there. All right, now, all I want you to do is lift your cheek muscles right by the nose, 1/4 of an inch, up. Yes, it's like your cheeks are now up off the gums. They are not resting their laurels downward. Okay, everybody relax the face.
That's
You
the
feel
look.
that?
That's the look.
Okay, well, of course it is, because first of all, we are stressed, tired Americans. All right, we are tired. We are so tired. How many of you are all tired? On so many levels, it's almost beyond our words, right? Okay, so we're gonna help you because singing will help you with these very challenging times. So here we go. There's your fingers right there. This is just to remind you. All right, now, lift the cheek muscles up off the gum. Yes, like these. It's like you smelled something bad. It's a tiny, it doesn't have to be a full smile. This is where people will fight you if you say smile, because how many of y'all don't really want to smile? I mean, I'll smile, but only if I feel like smiling. Anybody? Okay, so we're not asking you to go like this. It's not that. It's just an engagement here. So why would this be important? What do you notice? Yes, all right, wait, I can't see your name. David. Another David. Okay, great. So, are you Italian?
No.
What are you, ancestrally wise, dude? Lithuanian. Okay, great. So, there are certain languages, like when I do this, I feel like I'm Romanian. It's like a, you know, and hopefully there's Romanians in the room that are not offended by the fact that I feel like I'm a Romanian. Yeah, just a tiny bit. All right, so you can feel, you look like you smile a good bit in your life, yeah. So you can see when you look at him that there's an engagement of musculature right there. Yes, yes. Now David, up here, you smile a lot too. So you don't actually have to lift more. It's just being mindful that you're not like this. You're just kind of engaged. Okay, here's why. So there's the muscles here go around under the cheeks, and they actually lift your soft palate without you lifting your soft palate. Now, yawning. You were talking about yawning. Okay. So now everyone, I want you to exhale, and I want you to breathe into and lift your soft palate. Here we go. Alrighty then. So now we're going to sing like Julia Childs or Sean Connery. Now, it could be effective, but maybe not in Barbershop. Okay, so yes. So the yawn mechanism is close to the soft palate hyper engagement that is used a lot in operatic work, Verdi, Puccini, Wagner, any operatic work. They are getting quite a lot of angled engagement there on that soft palate because they need to for the resonance space. What I'm going to show you is that you don't have to do it quite so extreme. You won't get the yawn, and you'll get a whole lot more control off what we call the pharyngeal wall. So if it doesn't go out, and we're not going up, then what's the obvious question?
Where's it go?
Where does it go? That's right. All right. So what you just did by lifting the face is you lifted your nasal resonators. You opened what I call the garage door. And in my opinion, in barbershop, it's not optional because this particular part of your anatomy and this particular set of resonators is your ring zone. In Bel Canto, they know this. The face has to be, this is why my face is now permanently in this position. It has been there for 30 years. It does not go down. If I go down, I speak like this, I'm like, oh my God, I would never do it. Okay, so this is just muscles, guys, just getting used to. So I'm gonna have them sing again. And I know we're gonna, what was the song we were gonna work with for everybody?
Oh, it's the,
I don't
Can we
know.
I don't know why.
Can we start to play with this in
She
real
wants you to know
time?
what
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
let's
bro.
work it.
So, because I don't want to make you all crazy, but I want to give you everything that's in my brain. Okay, so, and clearly that won't be helpful. So only parts we're going to get tonight. So, can you all say, "I, lassie"?
Aye, lassie.
Aye, lassie, and you feel how that feels in your face. If you were a wee bit Irish, you'd have that forward lift, no problem, right? So now we're going to sing "I Don't Know Why" with an Irish accent, all right? Here we go. Hold your core. Hold your tummy still for me.
So I'll give you 1, 2, 3, my mind. We'll do that, okay? Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
My mind is kinda hazy, I must be going crazy. Baby, what can I do? I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why I just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do.
Okay, good. All right, so now that's and they actually, that's pretty darn good. That we had some stability. I heard lots of lovely chords. We hear, I'm going to say we hear synchronization issues, which in this world of barbershop become problematic for the style, right? You are trying to sing like a synchronized team. So if every man on the risers right now plays the game like I'm just going to put my voice into this mix, we can get a big sound, but we may start to lose the, I'm going to say the fidelity of the sound, okay? So I want to see if I can show you the quick and easy way to sing together and not do that. And all you have to do is one weird thing. Sing to the guys behind you. Okay, so your audience, exhale everybody. Take that breath in through the nose to the alignment. Bravo. So I want you to maintain your physical structure if you can. And this time as you sing, core, sing to the guys behind you. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Good work, gentlemen.
1, 2, 3.
My mind is kinda hazy, I must be going crazy. Baby, what can I do?
started to have voices that might have been sticking out before, we won't name any names, suddenly pulled right into the fabric of the sound. You suddenly have less sticking out. So if you're someone that's a natural sort of assertive singer, in this work, because we're basically activating towards self, it's going to expand and expand, but it's again, physics, not force. We're going to activate sound, all right? Now, how many of y'all focus really hard on your target vowels? Let's focus on those vowels. How many focus? Come on, acknowledge. Tell me the truth. Barbershoppers, good barbershoppers focus on their vowels. All right, let me just put you on your head, and I want you to focus on your consonants for me. Precise, speedy, fast consonants, okay? You're telling me a story. Here we go. Whole core, 2 behind you. And good work.
1, 2, 3.
My mind is kinda hazy, I must be going crazy. Baby, what can I do? I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do.
All right, now, what are you guys noticing up there? What do you notice? What do you notice you're not noticing? What's gone? Sync history started to disappear. Yep, what else? How many is noticing you're not feeling a darn thing in here? Your throat is feeling easy. Okay, so what if by adding a little bit of consciousness, okay, so the way I like to describe it is that you have a magical megaphone that goes out the back of your head, especially on a ballad, okay? On an uptune, it's a little different, but on a ballad, this idea that your focus of attention is getting open first and foremost, all right? That this objective of breathing towards this alignment, all right, just that, and holding the tummy still instead of letting the tummy move. And I know this is counter because of what both Keith does something different, okay? Keith is a trained professional, meaning he's engaging, I am quite sure, Keith, for your body to produce the larger sound, you physically are creating more pressurized air in that body in order to do it. But you, Keith, as I talk to you, have been trained to hold it back. Somewhere along the lines, your mechanism activates sound effortlessly, and I dare say he doesn't feel anything in his throat when he sings. Because somewhere, someone trained that instrument to hold the pressure steady so that he could do his job beautifully like he does. Does this make sense? But when we have a little bit of information, and we have this idea that we don't know what we're doing. All right, anybody ever felt like that? Like, all right, I'm just trying to figure this out. All right, I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall here, right? Our body is immediately tries to make it happen, and how many of y'all are committed guys? Like, I am committed, right? That's another story. So it has to do with the fact that most men are fairly strong in their bodies, and I'm using the word men and gender. I know we're a new gender land, so please forgive me if I'm non-binary, binary. I'm like, okay, but we're dealing with masculine bodies, and masculine chests, rib cages tend to be stronger than women's. All right. So everybody exhale for me. Let me just show you something. I want you to take in a nice, big, deep breath, audible if you'd like. Here we go. Breathe in big. How many of y'all felt something right here at the base of the throat? That is the immediate overpressurization of the vocal folds. Immediate. And now when you go to sing, what happens is the folds, boom, let go of your air. And how many of you said you run out of air? Yep, because right from the start you're running out of air. Okay, did you happen to notice that when you were singing this way, David? you weren't running out of air. A little bit, a little bit. Okay, so we'll keep working on you. All right, so what happens, you guys, is that there's a new relationship in Bel Canto. This inhalare. What happens is we are now going to control our vocal folds from above the folds instead of from the below the folds. How do you do that? You open up the internal cathedral and you don't let go. Could I have that high F again? Feel how big you are, and when you breathe in for this pitch, breathe in. Now, what's the key for this song? Sorry, I picked the F from the cauliflower.
B flat.
B flat. Would you mind playing the B flat? So breathe in for the B flat. And you can feel there's room in there, yes? There's like a lot of room. Okay, that's your this internal space. What if you could hold that space for the B flat the whole time you sing the phrase? Keep the space. Keep the space. Here we go. Audience is behind you 20 feet. Yo, he's got it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so pause. So what is that for? Who has that very first thing? Everybody?
Everybody.
Is
It's
it
a full
unison?
quarter note, yeah. No, it's a chord.
It's a it's a chord.
My mind.
It's a chord. Okay, let's make it a chord. Okay, so I'm going to ask y'all to try something. Hear the pitch. Hear the pitch in your mind. Open your mouth. Hold still. Don't move. And activate it. Up, go. You're close. Yeah, now can you make that M faster? Here we go, one more time. Meaning, activate it like you're saying it fast. Okay, here we go. Open first. Hold still. Activate up and. You were a lot closer to a chord that time. You were a lot closer. Okay, so you can still, like folks are trying to figure out where it is, all right? Kinesthetically, this time, you all launch it together, okay? Here we go. You pull it, you're gonna pop it to the ceiling. Here we go. Open, hold still, and. You can feel it. Now, can I I know because you're all thinking and you're following me really good. So everybody go to fake face for me. Jimmy Stewart face. It's like you got dentures there. All right, you got it right. He couldn't articulate very well. Remember that? Remember that? Couldn't articulate very well. All right, so we're just going to use that fake face. All right, now let's see what happens with our eye. Okay, here we go. So your whole tummies for me, pulling in. Hear your note, and. Yeah, you feel it? We activated much faster that time, and it was actually a chord. So now can you try it on juggling all the notes? You guys get to juggle this time. If you're not kinesthetic and this bothers you, just don't do it. Visually, I'll do it.
So I won't give you the 1, 2, 3. We'll
Okay.
just start.
Okay, bravo. So holding tummies.
My mind is kinda hazy, I must be going crazy. Baby, what can I do? I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do.
Okay, bravo. So now y'all wanted to kind of go there a little bit on the hard right there, but you can still do the same interp. Hear the interp in your mind. I don't know why. Go towards self. Who has that line? Is that Leeds?
We all do. It's a triplet. I don't know why I just do.
Well, that'd be good if it was a triplet.
Yeah.
So, right? So you gotta feel that, right? I don't know why.
Yep.
Do that with me, you guys. I don't know why. Bravo. Now can you focus on the consonants so they're very precise? Ready? And.
I don't know why.
Bravo. Bravo. So let me show you all something. How many of y'all can feel kinesthetically, you can feel some of this in your body? When you did that, it felt different.
One of the
Yes.
aspects of the juggling is you tend to look up because that's when you're juggling. You want to see the ball coming down all the time.
Yes, it
So
can.
it keeps your head up a little bit.
It can, yes, it can, and sometimes that can be a detriment
Yes.
for a director, just so you know.
Mhm, yes.
But initially, when you're practicing, that feeling of, let me just show you the why of this first, okay? So everybody turn your hands the other way, just for fun, we're gonna, my fun, not yours, all right? We're gonna sing again, this time I want you to let the language do this. So everybody say the first line, ready, and.
My mind is kinda hazy, I must be going crazy. Baby, what can I do? Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, so now, English language comes into this game. Every syllable in English collapses. Now we have a tuning problem, and it's not your fault. How many of y'all have felt like I have tuning, I can feel it, I have tuning issues, I'm feeling them. Okay, it's not your fault. Your brain is brilliant. It's like if you have, how many, riding in the car, you turn on the radio, you start singing, or you don't turn on the radio and you start singing and you hear the song in your head. It's like the inner radio, okay? That's how the brain is actually the one that's changing the pitches on your folds. And the more stable we are internally, the faster the brain can make the change, which makes you more efficient. So you're not fighting your body so much. But when you're singing in the English language, fundamentally we collapse. So what's the solution? It's all about up. How many of you have heard anyone that's come in and coached you all talk about up and upward expansion? This is an upward expansion sport, but you can make that happen. So here we go. So we're gonna go back to the fake face. Yeah, this is really fun. It's like, okay, I gotta keep my face, I gotta keep my core, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna juggle and hit the ceiling. Okay, that's what you're gonna do, but once you hit the ceiling, hold it up there and keep the sound up there the entire time you're singing. It gets even easier. Okay, here we go. Aye, lassie, here we go.
My mind is kinda hazy, I must be going crazy. Baby, what can I do? I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do as you do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. It's true.
Bravo, Lynn. Okay, bravo, we can start to hear that key change that's coming. How'd that feel?
Oh, yeah.
It feels pretty good, doesn't it? It feels what?
I feel light.
Lighter. Now, not so dizzy?
A little bit so.
Little bit. Okay, so let me just answer that piece, if you're gonna be leaving with the guys. So dizziness fundamentally is caused by over-oxygenation.
Oh.
So when you over-breathe, as you're doing it on the risers, fundamentally the body is not, it's not capable of processing the chemistry associated with that. There's actually a fantastic book called Breathe. And one of the things it talks about in there, which we can't do as singers fundamentally, is breathing through the nose is a really good practice, because our blood chemistry is more balanced for the brain when we're not over oxygenating our blood. This is weird, but they're finding out that we need the CO2 in that chemistry
He's
process.
blowing off his CO2.
What's that?
He's blowing it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
He needs
so-
to breathe, sing into a bag.
Yeah, well, yes, or not take in too much air to begin with, and then it doesn't happen at all. So,
I'm definitely taking that.
you're taking a big breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if I told you that you could hold a phrase longer on less air? What if I told, okay, so now this again is rocking right in the face of some of what I heard earlier, so please forgive me, but I have to maintain my integrity with what I understand and help you understand. The higher you go, the less pressure and air you want under your folds. The more air you put under your folds, the less they cooperate, the higher you go. How many of y'all experienced some challenges? How many tenors are here? Tenors are here. Some challenges as you move across to falsetto. That there's like it's like the game of, am I in falsetto or am I in my full? Where am I? So in bel canto, all of that goes away.
We'll get to that.
You have one voice. Yeah. All right. So questions before I go on. Are we at the time for the shift?
Yeah, I think it's about
gears?
time for the break and for the students to.
How do I continue my studies?
Oh yeah, he's asking for all of you. So now here's what's interesting. So the pandemic really inspired me. I love Barbershop, and my dad loved Barbershop. And so this is an emotional process, emotional world for me to be in as well, because he had a career where he got very, very stressed and emotionally traumatized and became a serious alcoholic late in his life. And if I had known what Barbershop would do for a man at that point, I would have gotten him back to his barbershop singing. And it probably would have given him 20 years of joy. So for me, I'm sort of like a devotee of the sport, because I think it's not just good for us, and I can say it, not just men, I think it's good for human beings to be doing this kind of harmony. So my YouTube channel kind of blew up over the pandemic because I was trying to help singers, Debra Lynn Bel Canto there. And then this year I've created an app called Debra Lynn Bel Canto, and it's free, at least right now, because I don't quite know how to go forward with it. So if I ain't getting like really like good, like they
We have
get
to take
it.
advantage now.
Yeah, take advantage now. My most comprehensive tutorials are on my app, but Android and iPhone. So that's what I recommend, because a lot of this is just, it's not so much that you have to spend 20 years becoming different singers. You have to spend 20 minutes letting your brain understand something that changes your life. It's like fast. As soon as you understand your objective, you can do it. You move out of confusion when you become a cello. Yeah. All right. We break and then.
Well, what we'd like.
Yeah, Debra, and then Lynn, and then Bel Canto is. Oh yeah, I could do it. Debra.
Hello, class.
Hello, class. And then Lynn, and then Bel Canto is BELCAN.
And the title of your book, for those who like to read?
Is Bel Canto Buzz, and I'm working on my second book.
It's,
And you know,
it's really worth reading.
I'm gonna,
If you-
I don't wanna tell you what it's gonna be called, but it's gonna be
No.
better than the Buzz, baby. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So students, since next week is the actual graduation program, I believe, do we have anyone who's going to talk about that? Okay, so
Well, no, I mean-
essentially you're invited to come and bring your family members, friends, guests,
Yeah.
whoever you want to
Your
come to
neighbors.
that graduation program. Of course, we'll sing 2 or 3 songs at that. There might be a quartet that sings. And then we will bring you up on stage. You'll sing the song for your family and friends and guests. And then we will have desserts and snacks.
And then we'll give you a diploma.
Oh, and you get a diploma
A graduate,
for
yes,
completing
yeah.
the course, of course. And then we'll have some snacks and things afterwards. So I think in thinking about what the techniques we've just done, we should definitely sing the whole song all the way through and get to the end of it, while keeping that thought of what we've been working on tonight.
Yes, oh, you wanna do it right now?
Yeah.
Yes, so here's what, I'm gonna simplify this for you. I'm gonna say, hold your core, which will hold the body frame, hold the core, and sing to an audience 20 feet behind you.
One more thought, we're gonna be back in Colomia.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah, back at the synagogue next week. Yes.
And what time should we be here, and what time should our guests be here? For their
Great question.
There, yes, that's all.
It's always good to get there early, 6:30, 6:45. I mean,
Yeah,
we
we
kick
can
off
get-
at 7,
we can
so
get
we
into
want
it
everyone
at
sitting at 7.
Right.
We're not gonna have a warm-up and all
Yeah,
that.
we'll have chairs set up for
Yeah.
everybody to sit
Yep.
and,
Well, we're
Yeah, I can have a
we're gonna need a crew to make sure that there's enough chairs. We need.
Well, we'll talk about that.
We need about
Yeah.
70 chairs.
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
okay.
All right, so let's do this.
I'm singing with this guy.
I'm singing to that
There
guy. Okay.
He won't complain.
All right, can you all see me?
My mind is kinda hazy, I must be going crazy. Baby, what can I do? I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. It's true. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why you just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do.
Okay, let it go. All right, so we're gonna come in just a little bit before this key change. Every time you have a key change, it's a new internal space. So if you just, in your mind's eye, open up a little deeper, bigger, higher, here, just for those key changes. You've got, so far I've heard 2. Is that all there is?
Yeah, just.
Okay, bravo. So each time, we have to structurally reinforce a slightly larger, more buoyant space, because otherwise we will come right back down to the key we were just in. Does that make sense? Is all I- There we go. So can we go from the second key change? Would that
Second
be
verse.
Too far back? Second verse?
So harmony parts. I don't know why I do.
That was
I
fantastic,
don't
guys.
know. Yeah.
What a great sound.
Let's get that first chord. I.
I don't know why I just do. I do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why I just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why I just do. I don't know why I love you the way I do. I just do.
Yeah. Nice ooh at the end. Love it. Sounds great, guys. Sounds really good.
Thank you, Deborah.
Good work, all of you that have just come to join this chorus, all
Yeah.
the new ones. Just keep singing. You've got it. You've got it. Fantastic.
All right.
Okay.
Thank